India, of course, I guess as an Indian one should take some pride in this, that we got ahead of the rest of the world in terms of the inflation cycle. And while the rest of the world took a while to catch up and is now facing this problem more generally, we face this problem much earlier on as the global economic recovery started picking up pace. A lot of the inflation, as Dr. Gokaran nicely presented, has in fact been led by food price and broader commodity price inflation increases, and that's still the case. So this brings up a very difficult issue that virtually every emerging market is dealing with right now. How do you deal with a problem that fundamentally is not a monetary policy problem, but you know is going to become a monetary policy problem if you let it fester? In a country like India or China, about 1/3 of the average household's consumption expenditures are accounted for by food. For poorer households, it's even larger. So there is an important social stability element to this fight against inflation as well, because if you say that the overall inflation rate is not that large and it's largely food prices, you're dealing with a very significant segment of the population that is hurting because of food prices. In China, concerns about the urban poor who don't benefit from food price increases but get hurt by food price increases substantially are the real concern for the government. In India, of course, the effects of food price inflation into overall inflation have started picking up much earlier. In fact, overall inflation is now much higher. But it is a very difficult conundrum because ultimately, the Reserve Bank of India is to some extent forced to do what it should not be doing, and it knows it should not be doing, which is reacting to a supply side factor with a monetary policy tool.